What is up? What is up? What is up? What is up? It is your favorite demon, misunderstood demon, back with another Demonic Wave podcast episode. And for this episode, it is going to be called the episode. Now, let me explain before some crazy shit happens. Let me explain. For this episode, I'm going to be talking about, of course, video games, anime, cartoons, music, and I'm just going to be talking about remasters, revamps, reboots, and everything like that, how they're different from how they were back in the day to how they are now, modern stuff, how, everything is more technical and better and everything. And, also the pitfalls and, where reboots don't necessarily need to be a thing for certain cartoons or certain animes, certain games, certain music and everything like that. So, come join me in this. And I think it'll be a good episode. So the first thing that I want to talk about is I'm going to talk about the animation side of revamps, reboots, and all that shit. Mostly like reboots and everything like that and changing it. And I mostly want to talk about cartoons and how it's very much in a sense kind of a toss up of, is it going to be good? Is it going to be bad? Really? Because a big one that really does a lot of different revamps and iterations of stuff is definitely, like Cartoon Network. They take a lot of their IPs and they'll revamp them or reboot them and everything like that. And it's like, it'll be so different from how they were back in the day. So one big one is Teen Titans Go. And of course, that's a reboot from the original Teen Titans. And growing up, I used to always watch Teen Titans and, I loved the comedy aspect of it, the slapstick humor from it and everything. But I also love that there are a lot of parts and a lot of episodes of Teen Titans. It would be, more serious, more dramatic, like the nitty gritty and everything. The fight scenes are awesome and everything. But then later on, we get the Teen Titans Go, which is basically, it's like a revamp in a sense of what Teen Titans is. But what it does is it basically takes the slapstick humor of Teen Titans and it kind of just runs with that. And of course, it makes it more kid friendly. It's a lot more vibrant. One thing I will say is the animation is beautiful and everything, but it's nothing compared to Teen Titans. It's kind of just they're using the likeness of it in a sense. It's just they're using their likeness of, Robin, Beast Boy, Cyborg, Starfire, Raven, and all the other characters that are within Teen Titans. And it's made it more kid friendly. And it's just, there's nothing wrong with that. I watched, I want to say I watched the first 2 seasons of it. And what I will say is that I enjoyed it, but I was just like, it's not for me. Versus you have something like the original Teen Titans where it's just like, it's good for every, different age groups. It's good for kids, it's good for teens, it's good for adults as well. It's good for everyone. It has a little something for every single age group. Whereas Teen Titans Go is just like, this is mostly just for the kids. It's not for the teenagers. It's not for the people that grew up with it or anything like that. It's mostly just for the kids. And it's just like, there's nothing wrong with that. But it's just like, it kind of sucks because it's just us growing up watching Teen Titans and everything and then seeing all of this happen. It's just like, it kind of sucks because you're really cutting off a lot, from that age group, because so many people love the Teen Titans, so many people. But to see what Teen Titans Go is and what it became and what it becomes, it's just like, that sucks, And, it's not the only cartoon to do that. Look at something like the Powerpuff Girls. The Powerpuff Girls got a quick little reboot. I don't think it went on for that long because I think people smartened up and they were just like, this sucks, in all honesty. And the Powerpuff Girls is another one I grew up with and I loved it. It was awesome. But the new revamped Powerpuff Girls, one thing I will say, the opening's awesome. It's a great opening. But other than that, it's, it's modern, it's more vibrant and better animation than the original, but at the same time, it's not the best thing out. It's not the best thing. They did the same thing for Ben 10. There's a lot of different iterations for Ben 10, but the most recent one is not the best thing out. They have done that for a couple of Nickelodeon episodes. They recently have done that for the Fairly Odd Parents, and I am not gonna watch it. I'm not gonna watch it. It's not worth it, just because they did change it, a little bit beforehand. So they had it with Timmy Turner, and then they had a second girl, and it's like, oh, she's from this, very clean, very happy place, and now she's gonna come in and do, she is not gonna be part of this thing, and now Timmy has to share Wanda, Cosmo, and Poof and everything, and it's kind of just like she doesn't need the Fairly Odd Parents, because the reasoning behind having a Fairly Odd Parent is you have to be sad, depressed in a sense, and everything. Another thing is you have to be a kid. But, to have this new girl come in and she's happy, she's making the world happy and all that shit, she now is part of this, and now Timmy has to share his Fairly Odd Parents and everything. It's like, why? You know what I'm saying? Like, why? I don't understand it. And now they've revamped it, they rebooted it in a sense, and I was like, it's this young black girl and everything. The opening sounds cool, though. Opening sounds dope. But it's one of those where it's just like, I'm not going to watch this. I don't even think a lot of people watched it when the girl came in. I don't remember her name, so it doesn't matter. But, a lot of people, they were just like, hey, it's not really worth it. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if it's going to be a smash hit or anything like that. It might get several seasons or not. Just got to wait and see. But when it comes to revamps and like reboots and everything like that, there's a lot that Cartoon Network has done. And it's just, in a sense, just different iterations. And it's not just like, oh, they just revamped or like rebooted it and everything. It's a lot of revamps. I mean, look at something like the Looney Tunes. There's a lot of different revamps of Looney Tunes, a lot of different iterations. I mean, we have the original, there's a Looney Tunes show, Tiny Toons, Baby Toons, and I mean, one of really good one in my opinion is the Looney Tunes show itself, which is, it feels a lot more grounded. You have all of the characters from Looney Tunes, and it's like, you have Bugs, Daffy, they live together, they're roommates. Of course, you have everyone else that's within it. You have Gossamer, you have Foghorn Leghorn, who for some reason has like several fucking businesses, and then lets Daffy fucking take over, and then Daffy ruins it, which is really fucking funny. And a bunch of everyone, a bunch of other people. You have Grandma, Tweety Bird, you have Sylvester. And it's just, in my opinion, I feel like for Looney Tunes, they don't necessarily stray away from what Looney Tunes was from way back when, from when it first started, to what it is now. It's just more modern, it's just better animation and everything like that. And it's just like, that's a good iteration. That's a good revamp. To a really bad one is something like Velma, which is a revamp of that of Scooby-Doo. And it sucks. A lot. It fucking sucks. I have not seen the second season. I'm gonna watch the second season just because I know it's gonna be shit. But it's just like, why the fuck not? It's like, what, like 10 episodes, I think? It's 10 episodes. I can kill time with that, basically. But iterations like that, it's just like, why the fuck would you make Velma? And then it's to the point where it's just like, if they make a third season, they just want to, I'm gonna be honest, the people who make Velma, I don't know who the fuck makes it, all the creators and everything like that, I'm gonna be honest, they must be some fucking masochists. They have to be. They fucking have to be. Because after the first season, they kind of learned their lesson a little bit. I mean, they didn't, because they brought season 2. But they made it smart. They just brought out the entirety of the fucking season. They didn't be like... They weren't like the first season where it's like, it's going to be 2 episodes every single fucking week and everything. And we have to wait like 5 fucking weeks for this shit. Because we got the first 2 episodes and then... next 2 episodes after that, after a week and everything. No, season 2, it was just like, this is all of it. Smart. Fucking smart. Don't ever fucking don't make a third season because it sucks ass. It fucking sucks. But there's a lot of different iterations for Scooby-Doo. You have Mystery Inc. You have the newest one on Cartoon Network, which I think is not the best thing out. And you even have, of course, you have Velma and stuff like that. You have it when they were kids, like babies and everything like that. You have different spin-off shows and everything like that. And it's like stuff like that, that's fine. It's great because it's just like it's a different light. But again, it doesn't take away from the formula of what Scooby-Doo is. You have something like Teen Titans, and it takes away from the formula of what the original Teen Titans was. It only takes the certain things, the comedy aspect of it, and then it runs with it, and then that's Teen Titans Go. You know what I'm saying? The whole entire formula of Teen Titans, they're not utilizing it. You know what I'm saying? And it's to the point where it's just like Teen Titans Go is gonna go on. It's gonna go for a fucking long time. All right, let's be real. It's gonna go for a fucking long time. I get it has gotten better, but it's to the point where it's just like how different can you really get? You know, it's like how Family Guy keeps going, or American Dad, or The Simpsons and everything. And it's just like, it's just the same stupid shit, slightly different, maybe it's different characters, different stories, shit like that. But it's the same slapstick humor. It just looks really good. That's fucking it. That's it. And it's one of those where it's just like, just end it. Fucking end it. American Dad, end it. Family Guy, end it. Simpsons, fucking end it. Holy shit. And it's different stuff like that where it's just like, I don't understand why it's still going. You know what I'm saying? There's so many different revamps and stuff and reboots of stuff that is just like, I don't understand why you're still going. Look at something like Powerpuff Girls. I don't think that's going on anymore. I think there was like a good season for it. And then they were just like, no, this is bad. This is bad. Cut it. Just cut it. I haven't seen anything for it, because it's just like this type of reboot is just like, yeah, we didn't need it. You know what I'm saying? Cartoons are not the best when it comes to like revamps and reboots. You know what I'm saying? There are a couple of good ones that I can definitely recommend. Something like We Baby Bears. That's basically like it's not necessarily like a reboot. It's kind of like a revamp of what We Bare Bears is. It's them and like finding, and it's very colorful and chaotic at some points, but it's literally just them as babies. Grizz and Panda and you know what I'm saying, and Ice Bear, and it's literally just them as babies looking for a home, going on crazy fucking adventures with this box and everything. That's honestly a good one. I thoroughly enjoy that shit. It's good. Or you have another different type of revamp, like the Fiona and Cake. Whereas, it's a spin-off of Adventure Time, of course. If you haven't seen it, it's fucking amazing. But something like that, that's great. They kind of made it slightly more adult themed and everything like that, but it still has all of the characters that we know and love from Adventure Time, and it doesn't necessarily change them drastically to the point where it's just like, why the fuck is this, why are they like this in the show and everything like that. No, it adds on to who they are. You know what I'm saying? It adds on to what they represented in the show. It adds on to who they are, and just thoroughly pushing forward their narrative and everything like that, and then adding in brand new brand new characters from Fiona and Cake, and just building on top of that. Those are good, revamps and reboots and everything. Those are good ones, because it's just like, it's not taken away from a formula. Like, for example, if Cartoon Network were to be like, you know what, let's reboot fucking Ed, Edd and Eddy. Oh my god, that would, I would fucking love that. I love Ed, Edd and Eddy. But at the same time, it's just like, Cartoon Network doesn't have a great fucking track record when it comes to fucking reboots. All right? They don't have a great track record. So to come back with something like Ed, Edd and Eddy to have a reboot and everything like that, it's not going to be great. All right, because I feel like they're gonna try and change the formula of what Ed, Edd n Eddy is, and it's such a simple formula. They just want to get rich very quick and have jawbreakers, and it's just like all of the crazy wacky shit that happens within Ed, Edd n Eddy, and it's like, yeah, they're gonna change it to a certain degree where it just sucks, and it's like that. No, fuck's sake, keep it simple. Fuck hell, keep it simple. Why would you create it to the point where it's just like the old, like the nostalgia effect is gone? You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying, it always, if it's a reboot or something, it has to have the nostalgia effect. So, the older kids and shit like that, they can also enjoy it. No, it doesn't have to have that. But it's just like, don't make it to the point where it's just like, it's one age group. That's the thing. Don't make it where it's just one age group can enjoy this. Because all of the old school fucking cartoons, Ed, Edd n Eddy, Courage the Cowardly Dog, K&D, Billy and Mandy, even old school stuff on Nickelodeon, SpongeBob and Jimmy Neutron, and even stuff like, I'm blanking on a lot of shit, Fairly Odd Parents, the first few of it. It was good for all age groups. Nowadays, it's just like everything has to be kid fucking friendly. Everything needs to be for one age group. It can't be for multiple fucking age groups. And that's a lot of revamps. That's a lot of reboots and what they're doing. They're just making it so that it's just one fucking age group kind of enjoys it. And it's just like, no, back in the day, all age groups could enjoy it. Kids, teens, adults, who the fuck ever. Your fucking grandmother, your freaking uncle, your 2-year-old cousin, if they enjoy shit like that. It's just like all age groups got something out of the cartoons. But these revamps and these reboots, it's just like only one age group is going to get something out of it. You know what I'm saying? They aren't utilizing all of the different age groups. Look at something like, I'll talk about it again. Look at something like Velma. It sucks. It's fucking horrible. But it really plays to, it's more adult themed and there's blood and all mature and everything. There can be a mature Scooby-Doo iteration. It's possible. Just not what it is with Velma. It sucks. I think the closest one was Mystery Incorporated. And that was good. It was pretty good. I enjoy that revamp. I enjoy that type of reboot for Scooby-Doo. But just like a straight adult one, Velma's not fucking it. It sucked ass, all right? I think we can all agree on that. I would say that till the cows come home. It sucks. It fucking sucks. But it's just, again, it's not for every single age group. Mystery Incorporated, that was for all age groups. Sure, you can slap on all the, it's TV-14 and everything. Every age group can get something out of it. You know what I'm saying? Growing up, all like adults or teens and everything, they can get something out of Mystery Incorporated. Kids, they can get something out of it because it's like, this might be their first thing of Scooby-Doo. They can get something out of it. A lot of revamps for cartoons, not all of the age groups are getting something. You know what I'm saying? And that's the number one thing that sucks. You're really locking yourself from such potential. And another thing, just make them fucking good. Jesus Christ. Just make them good. The fucking Powerpuff Girls one, oh my God. Just make it good. At least. If you're gonna cut yourself off from all the different age groups, at least make it fucking watchable for the age group itself. Don't fucking do a Powerpuff Girls. Don't do the Ben 10 shit. Don't do fucking Fairly Odd Parents. Don't do a fucking Velma. At least make it watchable. At least make it enjoyable, so that then you can rein in the fucking money because you're. Let's be honest. All of these revamps, reboots, and everything, it's fucking cash cow shit. It's cash cow. Oh, Scooby-Doo is a big hit. Let's make a shit one for the fucking adults. Why? Because we fucking can. All right? Do it like fucking Looney Tunes. Or even like Tom and Jerry. There are so many different fucking iterations and different revamps and shit of Tom and Jerry. And guess what? It all follows the same fucking formula of Tom and Jerry. You have Tom, who is a cat, and Jerry, who is a mouse, and they get into fucking crazy shenanigans as Tom tries to eat Jerry. Because cats eat mice. Guess what? In every single fucking iteration I have seen of Tom and Jerry, from way back when to now, it's all the same fucking formula. And guess what? It fucking works because it's the same fucking formula, just better utilized now. It's just better animation, more modern shit. It fucking works. Guess what? If they were to make like an adult themed Tom and Jerry, I don't know how the fuck that would happen. If they were to just make it the same way all the other iterations are, it will be a fucking smash hit. Because again, it's for all age groups. Maybe not for kids as much, because there will probably be a lot of blood and gore. But, like teens growing up with Tom and Jerry and everything. It's for so many fucking age groups. And that's the number one thing. Cartoons they do not have a great track record when it comes to reboots and revamps and shit and reiterations of stuff. There's not a great track record, okay? Looney Tunes, great iterations. Honestly, great iterations. Teen Titans Go, I feel like it now it's really found its footing, but it's just like, it kind of feels like a cash cow. Okay? It does. Which I'm just like, it's whatever. But it's just like, you're taking from Teen Titans, such a beloved fucking cartoon, and you changed it into that. There's a Teen Titans Go. And it's just like, I understand. You're probably making a lot of money. Whoever the fuck makes it, all of the creators and everything. You're probably making a lot of money. A shit ton of money. A lot of money that you probably should not fucking earn, because Teen Titans Go is just the same shit now. But something like that. It works. It works. Sadly, it works. All right, the Ben 10 shit, the Powerpuff Girls shit, all of the stuff on Nickelodeon. Whenever the fuck that happens, I'm pretty sure there's a Jimmy Neutron in the fucking works. I wouldn't be fucking surprised. All of the different revamps and different iterations for SpongeBob and all that shit. It's so much, and it's just like majority of it sucks. Majority of it sucks. And that's the thing. For cartoons, just watch the old shit, because it's really good. Chowder, Flapjack, Adventure Time, fucking Fiona and Cake, that was a pretty good iteration, a different, little spin-off. Fucking Gumball, regular show, great stuff. But the revamps of some of them just sucks ass. Holy shit. God damn, cartoons are not great when it comes to reboots and revamps. Oh god, they're horrible. Good god. But I'm now gonna talk about anime and how those revamps and reboots, and they're a little bit better than that of cartoons. All right, so the next thing I want to talk about for this episode are revamps, reboots of anime, which it's still animation, but now I'm talking about the anime aspect of it instead of cartoons, where majority of them are actually really fucking good. Let me just get this out of the way. They're way better than cartoon revamps and reboots. Way fucking better. Because, one, it's just retelling of the fucking same story, aka using the same formula, and it's just better animation. It might be a different studio that does it here and there or anything like that, but it's the same story. It still follows the manga, you know what I'm saying? And it's just like it'll probably go on for a little bit longer, but it's just better animation, you know what I'm saying? Beautiful fucking eye candy for some of them. A big one that a lot of people talk about is that of Hunter x Hunter, or Hunter x Hunter, if for the people who don't enjoy me saying and pronouncing the X. Like, I do that for Spy X Family. Get off me. But Hunter x Hunter, I watched both. All right, I watched the 1999 version of Hunter x Hunter, and I thought it looked fucking awesome. I like 90s aesthetics. There's a lot of, for people who don't know, just look up any modern anime. Like, definitely there are two that comes to mind. Look up My Hero and look up JJK, and just look up 90s aspect, 90s aesthetics. Oh my god, whoever the fucking artists are for those, just like the stills and everything, Oh my God. Give them money. Give them fucking money, because Jesus Christ, they're fucking beautiful. But I love 90s anime. It looks really good. The animation is a little rough around the edges, but overall, it's fucking awesome. Holy shit. But when it comes to like reboots and revamps and everything, again, Hunter x Hunter, 1999, looked really good. Cleared a lot of stuff. But then you get to the most modern one, 2011. Of course, it's longer. They cover a lot more arcs. The Chimera Ant arc one, they cover that. And the gaming one where they were on the island, I don't remember it. It's been a minute since I watched Hunter x Hunter. Get off my back. Holy shit. One, I'm pretty sure it's a different studio, which that makes sense. But two, the animation, it's just upgraded. Nothing else. It's just upgraded. It's just better. It's more modern. It's more sleek. The animation for all the different characters is better. Of course, they all slightly look different, but that's fine. It fucking works. It fucking works. And a lot of people are literally just like, they're both great. They both have certain, callbacks to each one. There are certain things that is just like, oh, the 1999 may have done this a little bit better, but overall, the most modern one, 2011 for Hunter x Hunter, is just phenomenal. It's great. It's fucking awesome. A lot of people would put both of those very high up on their list because it's just like, yeah, the original was great, and the reboot of it's fucking fantastic. You know what I'm saying? If you were to ask, oh, which one would people prefer to watch? A lot of them would say, oh yeah, the reboot of it, the revamp of it, the 2011, just because it's 1999. It's the whole entire story and everything like that, and then it gives you more, and it just looks better. You know what I'm saying? So it has that great nostalgia feeling and everything, because it's just like, yeah, it's the same anime. It's Hunter x Hunter. But it's just like, now it's like, yeah, we're getting more. It looks better. We grew up with this shit. Oh, fucking beautiful. Another one that really comes to mind that is, really good is Rowan no Kenshi. I'm saying that completely wrong. Get off my back. It's either Rowany or Rowano. I know there's an I in it, and it's kind of like Rowany. They're Ronin. Oh, I think it's Ronin Kenshi. They're whatever. The original of Kenshin, I'm just gonna call it that, to the most modern and most recent one, phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. I watched the revamp of it. I watched the reboot of it. And then I said, you know what? Let me watch the old school one to see how it was. The old school one was still great. Still fucking fantastic. But then you get the new one, and it's just like, oh, it's more clean. The characters look, they don't look as muddy or as dark, as pale as, not pale, but, as more dark tones and everything in the original and everything. And it's just, all in all, great fucking animation, great fucking fight scenes, beautiful fucking sceneries and everything like that. And that's a lot. And that's, a lot for anime. Look at something like Spice Wolf from the original one. Look at something like, well, I can't really say this one because it's not out yet, but look at something like Berserk. Now, I know there's several. I know there's a couple, but I know there's the original one, whereas it was fully animated and everything like that. I know there's the horrific CGI retelling of Berserk, which is very much frowned upon. But I know there is a new one coming out, and it's fully animation and everything like that. I don't know if there's gonna be CGI in it. There's probably gonna be fucking CGI in it. There's CGI in fucking a lot of shit nowadays, and I'm not standoffish to it, but it's whatever. But I know it looks fucking amazing. I saw the trailer for it, and it's another different iteration of Berserk where it's just like, it's fucking phenomenal. Just take away the CGI one. Put that one out your fucking mind. This new Berserk one, it looks fucking phenomenal. And it's the same for a lot of different animes. Animes understand, because I feel like it's easier for animes versus cartoons. Reason being is because when it comes to anime, one, It could be a different studio, a studio that's better at animating and everything like that, or they have, like better ones, like better animes under their belt and everything. Or two, it's following the manga. One, it could be following it even better. You know what I'm saying? Not as much filler and stuff like that. Like, for example, One Piece. Now, Toei Animations has done a phenomenal job with One Piece. From all the way from the 1990s. I think it started in 99. I don't know for sure, but I know it started around there. To what we have now. I understand it's not necessarily a reboot or anything. It's more like a revamp, the animation and stuff like that. But to actually watch all the episodes of One Piece. One thing, I have not done that. I am not doing 1,000 episodes. One day I will. I promise. Just not now. Fuck that. But to see the actual animation difference from the episodes back in the 1990s all the way to now, 2024, still going strong, and it's some of the best fucking fights of all fucking time. Gear 5 Luffy is just different, and it's just the animation and the fight, the actual fighting of it, the color palettes, the scenery and everything. Such phenomenal animation. All right. But I know there is going to be a revamp, in a sense, a reboot of One Piece, where it's taking out all of the filler and it's just going to be just the manga, just the canon shit. And of course, it's going to be created by none other than Wit Studio. Wit Studio has they have a great track record. In all honesty, they have a great track record because they started AOT and then they gave it a Mappa. Of course, with the last few seasons and the specials and everything, they started Vinland Saga and then gave it a Mappa for season 2. Wit Studio and Mappa are very much, intertwined. They're very much like good pals. But they also made that a Ranking of Kings, which is a absolutely beautiful fucking anime. If you've never seen Ranking of Kings, please watch it. I think it's only about 24 episodes. Oh, so fucking phenomenal. Holy shit. But Wit Studio has a great track record. Now, I know that's not everything from Wit Studio. They also did Spy X Family as well, and that's also a beautiful looking fucking anime. But Wit Studio has great giants of animes under their belt. So to do like a revamp of One Piece and it's just taking out the filler and everything, just making it canon, and then to build up and bring it all the way to where it is now, that's awesome. That's gonna be awesome. All right, I know a lot of people are very much on the fence about it because it's like, we still have One Piece, is still going and everything like that, but it's just like, just take out the filler. And it was just like, it's gonna be awesome, it is, because Wit Studio, I feel like they never really have disappointed. In a sense, they never really have disappointed. All right, they never really have. AOT, Vinland Saga, fucking Spy X Family, and Ranking of Kings, just to name a few, because those are the only ones I can think of for a second. I'm pretty sure I have seen a lot more Wit Studio stuff. I just don't know which ones they made. But to have a revamp, in a sense, by Wit Studio is fucking awesome. All right, it's just awesome. Another one that comes to mind where it's not necessarily a reboot or anything, it's kind of like, a different iteration, like a revamp. Something like Dragon Ball. You have Dragon Ball, then Dragon Ball Z. You have Kai, which is just a different iteration of Dragon Ball Z. It's the same stuff, but it's like takes out a couple of things. You have GT, which isn't canon, but is fucking awesome. And it gives us the best Super Saiyan form. I don't give a fuck what anyone says. Super Saiyan 4 is the goated fucking top tier Super Saiyan form. I don't give a shit. And then you have something like Super. And also Daima, which is coming out soon. Which I believe is also going to be canon. And is going to take place not after Super, but I think after Z. And then leads into Super. It's fucking weird. I have to look it up. But look at stuff like that where it's like it gets revamps and everything like that. And it's just like, oh my god. Fucking when Goku went freaking Ultra Instinct versus Jiren, and that whole entire fight scene broke fucked the fucking internet. Holy shit, it broke the internet. I think for like a day or two. Like, people could not actually watch this shit because so many people were watching it at once. You know what I'm saying? Looking at revamps, you know, stuff like that. It's fucking awesome. You know, and again, it's not like they're changing the formula or anything like that. They're keeping it true to what it is, to what got people hooked on it to begin with. Motherfuckers fighting. That's it. Motherfuckers fighting. All right? Getting stronger. Transformations. Screaming. Destructo disc. Kamehamehas. Freaking Masenkos and shit. Motherfuckers fighting. That's the fucking formula for Dragon Ball. People fighting. And guess what? It works. All the time. Fucking Dragon Ball Super Broly. Damn, that was awesome. And again, that's another different type of reboot for Broly himself and for his story, because there's the original one where he was royalty and everything, and then he went Super Saiyan and all that, and then there's this one where he has more of the animalistic aspect of tapping into his power and everything. And it's like they're both great fucking iterations, but Super Saiyan Dragon Ball Super Broly is just better. Again, better animation and everything. They make it fucking canon, and it's just a phenomenal different revamp of such a phenomenal fucking character, which is Broly, changing up his story and everything to, you know, not a shit ton where it's just like, oh my god, they made him so different and everything like that. No, it's to the point where it's just like they changed and everything. They tweaked a couple of things for Broly, but overall, it's still the crazy fucking Saiyan that we know and love from both iterations. We know and love this dude. All right. And he's still awesome. He's more animalistic now, but damn, he is awesome. And it's the same for all other animes that get revamps and reboots. You know what I'm saying? And even those with spinoffs, you have ones with spinoffs that they're still really good. I'm not going to talk about Boruto because that is a horrible one, so I will not talk about that one for so many reasons. But another one that comes to mind is something like when Inuyasha, they have a spinoff and it's called Yashahime, and it follows the kids of Sesshomaru and Inuyasha. I thought that was fucking awesome. But again, revamps when it comes to anime and everything like that, they don't stray away from what made it huge. They don't stray away from it. They keep it the same. One, because why the fuck would you? It's already there. Manga-wise, it's already there. Why would you change it to the point where it's unrecognizable? But two, they understand that we're going to watch it because, you know, it's a revamp of something that we loved back in the day and everything like that. The revamping of it and everything is going to be a bigger budget. It's going to have better fucking effects. The fight scenes are going to be more impactful and everything. The characters are going to look even better and everything like that. It's just going to be overall a better experience. And then it's good for modern times and everything, because now you can have so many new people get in on this and just be like, damn, this is awesome. Watch the fucking original and just see how fucking great it was back then. And then it's even greater now with better animation. You know, anime knows how to make reboots and revamp. They know how to do it right over cartoons. So when it comes to animation, just check out anime ones because it's great. And again, check out Hunter x Hunter. Definitely check out the old school one and then look at the modern one. Just be like, just know how great both of them fucking are. All right, just know that. But again, revamps and reboots, anime, they know how to make it right, and they know which studios to really fucking put. Because just like nowadays, we know studios that really are just gonna give us gems. Mappa, Wit Studio, Toei Animation, A1 Pictures, Sunrise, Studio Period, and everything, Cloverworks. They know which studios, if they were to give these studios revamps and everything, they know which studios it needs to go to. Because they know which ones, and they're gonna really make it flourish and really make it bloom and pop and be the best that it can actually be with the new iteration, with the new revamp and reboot. You know, So I just love the fucking revamps and reboots for animes, man. They're the best things out. Best things. So for this next section, I'm gonna be talking about video games for like remakes and remasters, and how majority of them are phenomenal. In retrospect, they're mostly phenomenal. Talking mostly about, to give you a big breakdown of like remakes and remasters, the very simple version is remakes are just a huge overhaul of the original game. So like the gameplay, the combat, if there's combat in it, of course the graphics and everything like that, and the story itself is going to stay the same, of course, but it's like you're really learning very different mechanics and everything like that, and it isn't the same from once you once know. Remasters, they really stick to their guns for like the nostalgic feeling and everything. So it's like a couple of tweaks here and there when it comes to the gameplay, but overall it's still like the same game that you know and love from when you were a kid. And all I have to say is some of the remakes and remasters that I have played, and just looking at reviews and everything of all of these different remakes and remasters, they are phenomenal. Like honestly phenomenal. Two big remasters that really come to mind for me are the Crash Bandicoot Insane Trilogy, and then you also have the Spyro Reignited trilogy. They bring back the fucking trilogy, all three of the original games, and then it's just a remaster, so all of the mechanics and everything, the gameplay, all of it's been tweaked, especially in fucking Crash. Jesus fucking Christ, they've been tweaked, and god damn it still pisses me off as much as it did when I was a kid. But the gameplay, the story, the nostalgic feeling and everything of like growing up with like Crash and Spyro, and then just to see it in better graphics, more smoother gameplay and everything, smoother mechanics and everything. It was such a beautiful breath of fresh air. Such a beautiful breath of fresh air, because it's just like, it feels like I was playing this, like, it feels like I was a kid again. Like I was 4 or 5 years old with my PlayStation 2 booting up fucking Crash Warped or the first Spyro and everything. It literally felt like that. But now it's like I'm an adult and I'm playing this. It's fucking phenomenal. I love remasters. Another big one that really came to mind was the of course another Crash game, which was CTR Nitro Fueled, which it's a remaster. I wouldn't necessarily call it a remake, but bringing back all of the tracks, bringing back all of the Nitro Kart tracks and everything, and then having all the different Grand Prix that came throughout the years, all the different characters, the customization. Oh my god, it was fucking phenomenal. Jesus Christ. It's still like one of the top kart games to this date. It's still one of the top ones, just because it plays so well, and it's just like we don't really change it to the point where it's just like, oh yeah, it's not like the original or anything like that. It's the original story and everything. All of the original characters, they come back looking fresh, looking nice, looking clean in the new graphics. Oh my god, it's fucking amazing. It's just truly amazing. Just playing the original on PlayStation 1 to then playing CTR Nitro Fueled on the PlayStation 4 or the PlayStation 5, and just seeing how far really like graphics, mechanics, what I'm saying, the controllers and the consoles themselves, just seeing actually like how far video games have come in the span of decades. And so it's just to see the actual like this is the actual upgrade. These are actual like the update. This is actually what it looks like now versus what it used to look like. It's such a beautiful feeling, because there are so many others out there that do it just right. And those were some remasters, but there are also remakes that were also phenomenal, that people are just like, yeah, I prefer this over the original, and I still love the original. Like, for example, one of the biggest ones was Final Fantasy VII. That was a huge one. That was a huge overhaul. Same story, of course, same characters and everything, but just a huge overhaul of the mechanics and the combat system and everything. But just experiencing the mass difference from the original one, from like way back when on like the PS1 or PS2, to now playing it on the PlayStation 4, the PlayStation 5, and just seeing the graphics, seeing how much more grand and just how much more eventful and impactful it really is. And just be like, there's a reason this game got fucking remade. There is a reason so many people put this Final Fantasy game in like their top fucking 10 or top 5 for Final Fantasy games. There's a reason, for this remake. There's a reason that it sold so many copies of however many it did. And another great remake was the Resident Evil remakes. All of them. Holy shit. People talk about them still. They still talk about the Resident Evil remakes because they're just that good. Better graphics, a big overhaul of the mechanics, the more smoother. Oh my God, it's way more realistic. Like the graphics and everything, way more realistic. And it's just a beautiful time and a beautiful experience. It's just like, holy shit, I cannot believe I'm playing this. And I used to play the old school version way back when. You know what I'm saying? It's such a beautiful feeling. It's such a beautiful feeling. Another great remake, and I'm pretty sure it's kind of debatable, of course, but I feel it's a great remake, was Dead Space. I love the original Dead Space. That was one of the first horror-based video games that I played when I was, younger and everything. It was one of the very first ones, and it was great. I loved it. The suspense of it, and like when the music gets, it gets bigger, more suspenseful, more impactful. So something is about to come at you and everything. To see it being remade, to see it be, of course, more gory, more realistic, and slicing off heads, slicing off limbs and everything, to that music being even more suspenseful, being even more impactful, and having such a bigger play in the video game itself. It hits so different, but it feels like I'm playing the old school version, and that's such a fantastic feeling. Video games, I feel like when it comes to remakes and remasters, they haven't necessarily missed, in my opinion. I feel like there are some that maybe, people are just like, there's no point in remaking it or anything like that. But overall, anything that has been remade or remastered thus far that either I've played or I've looked up the reviews for and I plan on playing, they've just been phenomenal. Any of the Final Fantasy remakes, of course, Dead Space, Crash, Spyro, The Last of Us. The first one got the remake and the second one with the remaster, and even more stuff out there, Shadow of the Colossus, Tomb Raider, and just even more stuff. It's a phenomenal thing. And for even like some of the original creators from the video games to still dip their hands in them and everything and just be like, let's try, let's do this, to really put that nostalgic feeling on it, to really be like, this is a remaster or a remake and everything. Sure, it's gonna look different, it's gonna look better, but it's just like that nostalgic feeling of these are the people, and that they played the original, and that they're just like, we're gonna get this no matter what. You know what I'm saying? Like, no matter what, we're going to fucking get it. That's why, and I feel like there are some remakes and some remasters that I truly feel need to be done, that I feel like it will be fucking phenomenal. I mean, look at, and I pray they actually do it. They won't, but I pray. Something like the Jak and Daxter series. Jak 1, 2, 3, even Jak X. Oh my God. Give me the fucking remake and give me something. Give me something. That was my bread and fucking butter. Whoo, I loved playing that shit. Jak 3, I played it too much when I was a child. Oh my God, I can't remember how many times I actually beat that game. But something like the Jak and Daxter series, or damn, it's hard to even think because a lot of the games I played, they're getting remade or getting remastered. It's hard to think just because they're always, these companies, they understand that not everything needs to be a nostalgia bait. There's nothing wrong with that. But to do it right, and to really impact the people that grew up with these games, it hits on such a deeper and more meaningful level. Because it's just like, yeah, you could just bring it, because that's what they did with the Jak and Daxter series. They literally just brought it from the PS2 era and they just brought it to the PS4, and that's it. But to recreate the game basically with better graphics and better mechanics and everything, but then to really hone in on this is gonna be a nostalgia feeling. It's so meaningful because it's just like, you didn't have to. You could have just brought back the original. You know what I'm saying? People would still play it because it's the original. Like, why not? I grew up on this. Why wouldn't I? But to bring it back and then sometimes do a big overhaul because like some of the pitfalls from the original. So, you fix that and everything. And to bring it to new gen and have better looking fucking character models and better environments and everything, more colorful, more modern colors and everything, more vibrant, or like Resident Evil, darker tones that really set the tone of the entire fucking video game. It's so meaningful that so many of these companies, they actually care, they care about stuff like that. Because it's just like, they don't have to do that, but they put in so many hours, so much time, so much effort to really hit that nostalgic feeling, to really be like, this is something that's very important, because it's something that I'm pretty sure even the creators themselves, they grew up on, when creating it, So to have remakes and remasters in this time and, this day and age is a beautiful thing. I never want to take them for granted, and at the same time, I need more. I just need more, god damn it. But honestly, when it comes to video games, they really know how to do remakes and remasters, these companies and everything. They really understand like who the audience is. And it's simple. And then like to have it be reintroduced to now even newer audience, people that didn't grow up on it, and then to have them now playing the new ones, the remasters and everything, and just be like, wow, this is so amazing and everything, to then just be like, I kind of want to see what the original was like. And then to see the difference from the original to the remaster, and to experience it in that type of aspect. It's such a wonderful thing that we as a video gaming community, we can really get behind. It's such an amazing thing. Such an amazing thing, man. Holy shit. Okay, so for the last section, whatever, for this episode that I want to talk about is music, mostly just like remixes, and how it can mostly be kind of 50-50 on if they're really good or really bad and everything. Sometimes they can be in the middle where it's just it was a remix. There's a decent amount, there's a lot of remixes out, nowadays. There's so many fucking remixes out here, and it's just so many of them, they just get kind of swept under the rug because it's just no name rappers or, you know, artists and everything like that, or it's just like we have the original and it's 10 times better. I feel it depends on the song itself, if it's good enough, you know, because I feel like for a decent amount of songs, I mostly just listen to hip hop, but you know, for a lot of hip hop songs, it's just like if the original is that good to the point where it's just like you make a remix, then it's kind of just like you don't need this remix. You don't need these other artists on here because it's just like it's already really good. You know what I'm saying? Versus something like the That Part remix with, you know, Black Hippie and stuff like that, or even like ASAP Ferg. Well, Ferg now, he has left ASAP, or you know, with his Work remix. You know, ones like remixes like those, phenomenal, great, because they take an already really really good song, but then they build upon it even more with with artists that you know are gonna kill the beat, artists that you know really fit well with the beat and everything, and it's just like there's no way this is gonna fail. Versus there's a lot of remixes, and I can't think of any off the top of my head, but there's so many remixes where it's just like you add in this artist, this artist, this artist, this artist, just because you know they're blowing up, you know they're big at the moment. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, oh, it's not like they necessarily fit on the beat or anything like that. It's mostly just because I know this is going to get a lot of streams. I feel like a lot of remixes, they really play into that aspect where it's just like, who's the biggest artist right now and can I get them on this remix? Because if I get them on this remix, I'm going to get a shit ton of fucking plays. Look at something like, I believe his name's Forbats, the singer that doesn't look like he should be a singer. He literally got Drake on one of his remixes. That's huge. That is huge. And of course, if you've listened to my podcast, you've listened to the Drake versus Kendrick Lamar episode. You know, I'm not a huge Drake fan. I do not enjoy Drake's music. But what I will say is he is good at making hits. He is. He, honest to God, is. I'm not trying to downplay him or anything like that. Me personally, I just don't like his shit. I just don't like it. Anything that I see him on, I'm just like, damn, there's going to be like some of this song I'm not going to enjoy. And that's fine. But to have someone like Drake on a remix and you're just like, you're an upcoming artist and everything like Forbats, that is a huge accomplishment, because it's just like Drake is like the biggest artist out, one of the biggest artists out. Some artists that you can get remixes out of, it's just, even if it's just like, they kind of like are phoning it in because they kind of don't care, or it's just like, you know, they're busy working on other shit and everything like that, it's still huge accomplishments. So for example, you have, of course, someone like Drake, or you get someone like Kendrick Lamar on a remix, especially Kendrick Lamar, in my opinion. You get people like Busta Rhymes, Eminem, Lil Wayne, even people like maybe like even like Nicki Minaj, Travis Scott, or anything like that. You get these big artists on there. That's gonna be an accomplishment in and of itself. But then you listen to it and you're kind of just like, just for the name. Just for the name. And honestly, majority of remixes are kind of like that. It's kind of just like, it's just for the name. You know what I'm saying? Versus you get remixes of artists and it sounds like they should have been on the original song. Then it's just like, now this is a fucking remix. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, there's no other ifs, ands, or buts about it. This motherfucker should have been on the original to begin with. I don't know why not. I don't know why they weren't. Those are the really good remixes. And like I said, there's a lot out there. There's so many remixes out there nowadays. So many. Some is like I said, like no name artists out there that are just like remixing just to remix, just to get their name out there. And, you know, there are some artists that are big that are just like, you know, let me, you know, calling out their other homies and everything like that. And it's just like, hey, hop on this remix and let's really do something. You know what I'm saying? Those are, in my opinion, dime in a dozen. Because just looking at the actual amount of artists out here nowadays, knowing that like every like day or two or like every other day is a new artist popping up. You know what I'm saying? Doesn't matter what genre or anything, is a new artist popping up left, right, front, and center. And they're always doing remixes. You know, they're always doing remixes, really trying to get their name out there. For example, someone like Joyner Lucas. I love his remixes. You have the Gucci Game one, you have Not Alive, you had his Panda remix that was like one of his biggest ones. Oh my God, those were some great fucking remixes. Because it's just like Joyner Lucas, who was just an upcoming artist, when he was, and just doing these remixes just to be like, I'm just gonna get big off of these. I don't care. I'm just gonna get big off of them. And he did. It can really work out if that you're gonna kill this beat. It doesn't matter who the original person was or anything like that. You know in your mind you're gonna kill this beat. So the remix is already gonna sound good. And two, if like your voice and your cadence, your delivery and everything, it fits the beat so well to the point where people are just like, I prefer the remix over the original. That's when you know this remix is fucking phenomenal. And that's how I feel for like Joyner Lucas remixes and everything, just because I love those fucking remixes that he does. And I'm just like, yeah, I prefer his remixes over the original, just because I'm just like, I listen to the original and I'm just like, nothing. I listen to Joyner Lucas remix, I'm like, yes, this is fucking it. And it's the same with a lot of people like Eminem, or, like someone even like Cordae, again, Drake, Kendrick, Travis Scott. When they hop on remixes and everything and they don't phone it in or anything, and they really just give it their all, you're in for a fucking treat. But like I said, it's really, throw at a hat in a sense. It's really just like, it depends on, who's on the remix, what did the original sound like, and everything like that. It's very much a 50-50 thing. Very much a 50-50. Because it's just like, depending on the artist and everything, it could be great. Or at the same time, it can just be, this remix is just for the clout, in a sense. Just because I got, a really big name artist on this, so, it's going to blow up even if it sounds like shit. It's very much, throw at a hat. Really. But like I said, music, remixes and everything is very much a 50-50 thing. And, there are great ones out there. Just gotta look. Okay, so without further ado, this is the outro, of course. This has been, and I hate saying this, but this has been the episode, talking about remasters, remakes, remixes, revamps, reboots, and everything in between, from anime to music to cartoons to video games, and how a lot of them, some of them, they can be making breaks. Really, they can be making breaks. Just that nostalgic feeling. You know what I'm saying? Is it there? Is it present? Does it work in new age media? For a lot of cartoons, no. A lot of reboots suck. That's just truth. Anime, though, a lot of reboots for anime is literally just better animation. The story was already great. It's just better animation. So for a decent amount of anime, it works. Remakes and remasters for video games, majority of them have fucking slapped. Alright? The Crash Insane trilogy, Spyro, you have Resident Evil, Shadow of the Colossus, Demon Souls, and so on and so forth. And there's so much more out there. And when it comes to music, when it comes to like remixes and everything, it all depends on who is on the track for the remix. Is it just a cash grab? Is it just, hey, it's just these big name artists? Fuck it. Why not? Or is it someone that really wants to make a fucking statement? That really is just like, I'm here to really do something. Those are the good remixes. Remixes that really make you forget about the original, basically. Those are the really good ones. All right. But overall, I love remixes, I love revamps, I love reboots, I love remakes, and I love remasters. All right? Tell me, what are some of your favorite ones? What are some of your favorite reboots? What are some of your favorite remasters or remakes? And what are some of your favorite remixes? Do they hold up against the original? Do they have good nostalgic feeling? Are they better than the original? Are they worse than the original? Let me know. And without further ado, this has been your favorite demon, Misunderstood Demon, with another Demonic Wave podcast episode. And I will catch you in the next one. Peace.